Hello everyone and welcome to the Transit Nomad family. Today we're going to be exploring London Covent Garden neighborhood, which is one of London's top destinations in 2025. Before we get started, I'd like to point out that I'm in London only for a couple of weeks, but at the end of my trip, I'll be recording my final verdict video comparing London with other cities to help you decide if you should visit, while also saving you lots of time and money with practical tips on how to get the most out of your trip. This will be an exclusive video, but you can easily gain access to it by subscribing or donating any amount of your choice on buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. With that being said, let's begin exploring London's Covent Garden area. It's been very trendy on YouTube and other social media platforms in 2025, so I was curious to take a look for myself and see if it's true that it's such a cool area, or maybe it's a little bit overrated, or maybe it's still a little bit underrated. First of all, let's take a look at where we are right now. This is kind of one of those neighborhood maps with some guidance that tell you where you are if your smartphone is dying, or if you're not so familiar with certain apps that help you navigate the city. This is a great alternative when cities have these kind of maps installed, and you can really get familiar with the area, where you are, where you need to go, what's around you. And I do want to point out that Covent Garden is not the only place to see in this neighborhood. It's located really close by to lots of other famous destinations in the city. I did make my own map for exploring London, and this is basically one of the top neighborhoods in terms of places to see and things to do. I really highly recommend it. I'm not going to be able to remember all the destinations in this area off the top of my head, but it includes the National Art Gallery and lots of shopping malls and restaurants and museums, and of course Covent Garden. And I'm pretty sure it's really worth checking out this area if you are in London. This is one of their pretty cool shopping streets. We already walked on this street, my partner and I, and we were very impressed with what it looks like, what it feels like. That's why I love Europe so much, because it's full of streets like this where it's close to cars, and the buildings are really nicely designed, and every building is different and it feels like it has a soul. And there are lots of different kind of stores and shops and some landscaping, and it's just so comfortable to be here as a human being. Whereas in the United States, we have lots of places that are made more for cars than for humans. We do have some streets like this, but it's harder to find, and it's not as many as we have them here in Europe. So I hope that eventually in the United States, people learn that this is the better environment for people when it's closed to cars, or when it's with limited access to cars, and when it's made more for humans. It's really more enjoyable to hang out here. See, people are chilling, hanging out, sitting, playing with their phones, drinking something, taking a look around, exploring. I believe that is what life should be about. Not like hanging out in the parking lot and then looking for a parking space and then just, I don't know, going to like one big shopping mall and that's it. I feel like when the whole city is like this, or big areas of the city are like this, it makes me want to be in that city longer, and it makes me want to go back, and also it makes me want to spend more money there, which is good for business, it's good for the city, and it's good for everyone. Imagine if this street was only open to cars and there was like a little sidewalk on the side. I don't think it would be as lovely as the way it is right now. On my channel, we do talk a lot about city design and city mobility and public transportation. So this is something that we always discuss here on Transit Nomad channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so. We'd love to have you a part of our little family, which is growing little by little.
So far. Yeah.
All right, we need to go straight ahead, but I do want to let you see what it looks like if you look this way and also the opposite way. You can see almost no cars, mostly just people and cool looking buildings, stores, shops, restaurants, and people, and some plants and places to sit and chill. And this right here is the Covent Garden Underground station. Underground is also known as, how do they call it in London? The tube. But in New York, they call it subway. And in most other cities, they call it metro. But it's all the same thing. Underground rapid transit, basically. This is where people get in and get out. Again, we see a beautiful map right there. They also, on the map, they tell you exactly what you can see around within a 5-minute walk, which is pretty cool. 5 minutes is really nothing. I mean, today I think I may have walked like 5 hours or something. This is what the station entrance looks like, the machines, like that. Let's get out of the way. Now, a couple of things I did want to point out from other YouTubers when I was doing research and trip planning for this London trip. I noticed that some people mentioned that it's really difficult to find free public restrooms or toilets in London. And so far, yesterday and today, I haven't had any problems. I did have to go to some shops, but they never really bothered checking if I'm a customer or something like that. And I also saw some public toilets like at train stations, and again in some shops, like coffee shops and some bars. Also, I went to Five Guys. I'm pretty sure they might have one at McDonald's too. So yeah, of course it's not as easy as it should be, but it's also not like a complete disaster. Like in Italy, I feel that it's really a nightmare finding a toilet. It's impossible unless you are willing to buy something and be their customer. But here it's not as bad. And now I just wanted to film a little bit of these old school telephone booth, which is what London is known for. Unfortunately, they are closed. Some of them are unlocked, but these two are locked. I already tried them. And I guess it's here just for taking photos. For people who want to let their friends know that they were in London. I guess this is one of those things they can show in a photo and everyone would know, like, oh wow, you must be in London. And at some other locations, I saw people like lining up and waiting in a big line to take pictures with this. And that's the street where we just came from. It looks pretty nice. And now we're gonna go straight ahead inside the famous hall. I think it's called the North Hall or something like that. Yeah, and today is Monday and it's so crowded. My partner mentioned that. Take a look around. This is Monday in London. Lots of tourists from all over the world. Lots of languages that I don't even know what they are. Europe is not just France and Germany. There are lots of countries in Europe and each country has their own language, sometimes more than one language. So it's definitely a very, very awesome experience exploring different countries, cultures, and different people, and it's very, very, very interesting and exciting and unique experience. Do you feel that London is more international than San Diego? Or do you feel that San Diego is more international? Like in terms of how many people you see from different countries. I feel that in London you see lots of people from all over the world. You see lots of Asians, lots of Indians, lots of Europeans from everywhere.
Well, I think it depends because we live nearby San Diego and over there it's nearby like Mexico, right? Usually yours.
Yeah, San Diego is next to Mexico, so we have a very big influence of Latin American culture in Southern California. Go straight ahead. Check this out, guys. Old school telephones. I remember I used to have one of those phones back in the day when I was very little because I was growing up in a poor family and that's all we had. Here we have a show, street performance.
Everybody, count right to it. 3. Alright, Rachel. Okay, 2 more to go. 2 more to go. You ready, Rachel? Everybody, 3. Oh! Right, let me miss. Yeah! Rachel, hang on a second. Just before you kill me, there's one thing I need to ask everybody. Yeah? Is that alright? Everybody, hello. Oh my god, that was fantastic. I'll make this more theatrical, and maybe you'll all say hello back.
All right, I think that was enough of the show. Here we have something else going on. No worries. Cool. Downstairs dining experience. Also, this whole building looks really cool, I think.
Like a train station.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit like a train station. Another show. I can't hear what he's saying. That's it?
È finito.
Oh, there you go. He's collecting tips now. Seems like some people enjoyed it. And giving them tips, that's great. Speaking of tips, you guys, I did not win any lotteries and I do not have rich parents. And as you know, everything costs money, even just riding a bus. They don't let me in for free. So make sure to donate something on Buy Me a Coffee. It would help me out a lot. It would support this channel. It would help me produce more interesting content and spend more time on going to different places and maybe spending more time on editing and delivering better product. I would really appreciate it. My partner was laughing. You think my ad was pretty funny or what? Yeah, I just came up with it spontaneously. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Maybe for some people it does, but not for me. Oh, this is a quieter side. Very nice. I think this is the side where we originally entered from. Very beautiful, nice looking building. I can also hear some classical music playing. That is another thing I miss in the United States. I don't hear enough classical music in the US. It's so beautiful. Looks like they're getting ready for some show. Like a magic clown show or something like that. Yeah, it's like an old school silent show, something like that. You want to watch a little more? You're good.
I'm good.
Okay.
Or maybe we can come back later.
Yeah, maybe.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Lots of free shows going on, which is pretty cool. And even if there are no shows, there's a lot of stuff to see in this part of London. So if you're here for a short time, I guess that should be one of your top destinations. And in this case, I do agree with those YouTubers, but I do agree with them that this neighborhood is really worth checking out. And it's one of the top places to visit in London. But what I don't agree with is me and my partner, we are having a debate about it. Many YouTubers keep talking about how bad London food is. And my partner agrees with that. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I guess I'm a little bit less picky about food. As long as it's not like a disaster, it doesn't taste that terrible, I'm okay with it. And so far my experience with London's food, it's been fine. It's not something that I could say it's the best food I've eaten in my whole life, but also I cannot say that it's been terrible. And also, yes, it's not cheap, but I want to be fair and point out that actually it's not that expensive either. I mean, if you go and shop around in New York or Los Angeles, you might find similar prices. And certain goods might even be cheaper in London. I really enjoyed their selection of yogurts and dairy products and cheese. They have lots of different kinds of cheese. In general, food in European supermarkets is very different from the US. You can see more fresh food, fresh seafood, smoked salmon, other kinds of fish, and also more vegetables and more things that are less processed. Whereas in the US, you will see mostly frozen stuff, processed food and frozen stuff and microwave stuff. That's what you see in the US, like when you go to Walmart or Target or Food for Less. And if you go to Whole Foods, their selection might be better, but then the pricing is super crazy. It's totally insane. So I guess if you want to eat healthy, Europe might be a better choice. Yep. So I guess on this note, we can complete our tour of Covent Garden area. I hope you enjoyed it. And I do want to remind you that as an active traveler and business owner with experience, I might be able to assist you with trip planning, life coaching, and business consulting, with all the details available at buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. This is where you'll also find lots of exclusive content on many different cities across the globe, my secret tips, my helpful PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. Thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.